Hey, welcome to Life Online. We've taken a week and we've really headed into Exodus chapter 14. By the way, in preparing for today, ran across a lot of great C.S. Lewis quotes, and they are just so profound. I love this one. It leads us into devotional today. Human history is the long, terrible story of man trying to find something other than God which will make him happy. And this is so true, isn't it? So Egypt, they had their gods. Pharaoh thought, one God has not fallen. This God will be greater than Jehovah. And so the showdown takes place there at the Red Sea. Do you remember? The place is Baal Zephon. And Jehovah God triumphs not only over this false god, but Pharaoh himself and all of the armies of Egypt. And the children of Israel watched as God displayed his power and authority over false gods and idolatry. And yet it seems as if Israel doesn't necessarily learn their lessons. In fact, it's the prophet Ezekiel that calls for God's people. On that day I swore to them that I would bring them out of Egypt into a land I had searched out for them, a land flowing with milk and honey, the most beautiful of all lands. And I said to them, each of you get rid of the vile images you have set your eyes on, and do not defile yourselves with the idols of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. But they rebelled against me and would not listen to me. They did not get rid of the vile images they had set their eyes on, nor did they forsake the idols of Egypt. So even though they had seen God triumph over every idol and false god that Egypt could offer, yet it was hard for God's people to really get it and follow after him. So it's at least a generation later. The leader is now Joshua. Moses is in the past, but Joshua calls together God's people. It's a final farewell in Joshua chapter 24, and Joshua brings the children of Israel to this place called Shechem. By the way, this is a modern dig, and there is this pillar that stands there that many believes that this is the very place, and this was the mark, the standing stone and the mark of the very place where Joshua called in the valley of Shechem for God's people to once again renew a covenant with God, and for them to turn from all other ways to the way of Jehovah God, from all other gods and idolatry, and head back and follow only him. So it's a farewell address. And by the way, this place, just as much as Baal Zephon would have significance, this place also has great significance. This would be a place where Abraham built an altar to the Lord. I believe it was the first one, where his grandson Jacob also built an altar to the Lord. And this would be the place. In fact, you can see in the background here of this photo, there is Mount Ebal, and also in this vicinity would be Mount Gerizim. And these would be the two places in the hills where blessings and curses were read, and there would be responsive reading with all of God's people when Moses was still a leader, that reminded them that when you follow after God, there will be great blessing, but if you refuse to follow him and disobey him, yes, there will be trouble, there will be curse. Catch Joshua's powerful words. Now fear the Lord, serve him with all faithfulness, and throw away the gods your ancestors worship beyond the Euphrates River. In other words, the idolatry, even that our forefather Abraham, his family, his ancestors would have been involved in the worship of a false gods. But throw it away, and throw away the gods that were there in Egypt, and serve the Lord. But if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods your ancestors served beyond the Euphrates, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land you are living. But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. It's a powerful call that Joshua makes. It's his farewell address as leader of Israel, and what he reminds them again is today is a day you need to choose. Choose today. By the way, it's another morning, it's another day, and this is a day before us, and we have a choice to make what we will do. Will we serve the Lord, or will we follow after other ways, other gods? C.S. Lewis again, what wisdom. Now is our chance to choose the right side. God is holding back to give us that chance. It won't last forever. We must take it or leave. Note what Lewis is saying. There's a God that will judge us. We'll stand before Him. But as for right now, now is an opportunity. It's a great chance today for you to serve the Lord. Hey, God bless you. We look forward to seeing you at Sunday's celebration at Life Christian Fellowship this weekend, 9 and 11 o'clock. We're reopening. Hope to see you then. God bless.